want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our apostle elders which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abba babal. So this is Deuteronomy 28 verse 47. All right, and this is pertaining to the curses that were put upon the Israelites, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery because of our sin. Today, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian are those biblical Hebrew Israelites that have been scattered throughout the world in slavery because of our sin. It says in Deuteronomy 28 verse 47, because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which are the other nations, which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Which it goes into pretty much the Roman. He prophesies of the worst of the heathen, which is the Roman Edomites, which today are the so-called Caucasians. All right. So I wanted to get that word in there, which is the want. It says, and in want, lack, want. So if you want water, if you want food, if you want a job, right? But you know, according to the prophecies, they're going to make that implantable microchip mandatory for buying and selling, which will condemn you to the lake of fire, which is the judgment that the Edomite and the other nations are going to suffer when the Lord returns. America is going to be destroyed. The Lord's going to put it in the hearts of the allies and enemies of America to shoot missiles on this place. All right, so I was going to go to James 1, verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be found perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And that word wanting, which this is broken down into the Greek. All right. It says wanting, right, because you're lacking, destitute. All right. So that's the spirit that the elect are in, wanting nothing. All right. Needing no one. That's the spirit that we be in. Now let's go to Baruch 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments from our enemies, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which we are our forefathers, which departed from Yahweh our power. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. All right, which you have the elect. The elect are giving ear to that wisdom. And so there is no condemnation for the elect. It says, there is therefore, Romans 8:1, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushai, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Hamashiach Yahushai had made me free from the law of sin and death. See? So once again, Baruch 3, verse 9, hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. See? And that's what we're trying to do, is to have understanding of wisdom, which is going to be our stability in that day. Isaiah 33 verse 5 says, Yahweh is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He had filled Zion with judgment and righteousness, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Why? Because the judgment is coming upon this place, all right, for the Edomite. And the Edomite is going to come down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. It says in Isaiah 33:1, Woe to thee that spoileth, which the Edomites have spoiled the world, and really spoiled the Israelite, and thou was not spoiled, which they haven't paid no consequence for their actions. And they dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. So they think they're going to get away with it, all right, but they're going to have to pay for it. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee, which the Lord is going to give them over to our hands, and they're going to be slaves in our hands. And our rule is going to be worse than what they did to us. O Yahweh, be gracious unto us, the Israelites. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble, which we're in that time of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 verse 7, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Why? Because we're not going to want nothing. The Lord's going to preserve us from that hour of temptation. Revelation 3 verse 10, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is the implantable microchip being made mandatory for buying and selling worldwide, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Which I like it in the NLT better. On that bottom piece it says, Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world, to test those who belong to this world. But as Yahushua said, all right, his elect men are not of this world, even though we're in this world. It says, verse 9, Yahushua says in John 17, verse 9, he's praying to the Father, I pray for them, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. Which who's glorifying Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? It's the Israelites. Malachi 1 verse 5, And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. So the Israelites, there's a remnant that have an understanding, and they don't want nothing from this world, and all we desire is salvation. All right? And we're going to be filled. It tells you that in Matthew 5, Yahushua says it. It says, I'll start at 3. It says, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see power. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of Yahweh. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, because we're not going to accept the implantable microchip, Lord willing. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And that's why, because we're going to receive the kingdom of heaven. When Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to change us, give us new bodies, and put us in the promised land. Jeremiah 30, verse 10, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, and Jacob shall return and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, saith Yahweh, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Which 2/3 reprobates, they're going to be punished. All right? They're going to be left here, and they're going to be punished. And I had one more. Ezekiel 34. And let's see. It is 34 and 12. It says, as a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep, which his sheep will know his voice, and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. And I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries, and will bring them to their own land, which is Israel, and feed them upon the mountains of Israel, by the rivers, and in all the inhabited places of the country. Now we're going to 36, verse 20. It says, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, saith the supreme power Yahweh, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. See, they taught us the way of sin, all right, under the heathen, but now we're repenting because we're waking up to who we are through the Holy Spirit, remembering ourselves, wanting nothing from the heathen. It says, for I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean, which is cleaning us through the word, from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. So we weren't able to keep the commandments because we sinned. We're in sinful flesh. But the Lord's going to take away this flesh and give us new flesh. When he comes back, we're going to get a new body that does not sin. And I will give you an heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. See? So this is the, future that we're reading about, that we're going to be in our land. Right now, we're in the land of our captivity, remembering ourselves. But there's going to come a day where Yahushua delivers us from the hands of our enemy and actually puts the enemy under us in slavery, starting with that so-called white race. And all these other nations, these heathen that oppressed us, the Israelites, they're going to have to suffer 1,000 years of slavery. All right, but forever they will be tributaries to the nation of Israel. Shalom to the elect wa abababa.